Please excuse the amount of crust radiating from me. I'm back in the hospital. So happy about it. But I figured I'd do an update. I'll try to be short and sweet and to the point, but I'm gonna be honest. One, I just woke up from a nap. Two, I'm in an entirely shitty mood, and I have been for probably a few days. But because of that, I'm probably not gonna be super cheery. I honestly don't remember how I act on the rest of my videos, so maybe that's normal, but whatever. So I came in, today is July 25th, and I came in last night on the 24th. The last time I was in was May 12th. So it's been about 2.5 months, which sucks because I was trying to make it 3 or 4 months. But on the bright side, when I came in, my stats weren't as horrible as they normally are. And physically, I didn't feel as bad as I normally do, but I'll get into that. So last time, I can't remember exactly when I did my last video. Last time I came in, I was on Symdeko, whatever, and it definitely helped a lot. I improved a lot more than I normally do on antibiotics. Well, for those of you who know, like, PFT, like what PFTs are and, like, numbers and stuff, my FEV1 was right around the, like, 1 liter range, which is about, like, I want to say between 25 and 35% lung function, which, like, sucks. That means I have to take in basically, like, 3 to 4 breaths to get the same amount of air in my lungs as a regular person without CF. I jumped up, within a week, I jumped up to almost 1.5. And normally I only jump up to like 1.1 or 1.15 or something like that. So I jumped up to 1.5, which in a week, and then I still had 2 more weeks on antibiotics. And then I had a checkup on July 3rd, and I had gone up, but I hadn't been, like, tested for my numbers because I was just at home. And then I could feel myself going down a little bit. But when I got checked on July 3rd, my numbers were still right around 1.5. So I really was, like, doing pretty well. But then what happened, I don't know what the heck happened. On last Thursday, a week ago, it was July 18th, the water at my apartment complex, I don't know if it was, like, I don't know what happened, but apparently the water was bad. And I took a bath, and it made me itchy, and I didn't know that that's what it was. I took Benadryl, and then that night I took a shower because I was still itchy, but I was at a friend's house. I was staying over at his house because we were going on vacation the next day, and I took a shower at his house, made the rash worse. So then on that Friday, which was my birthday, I was drugged up on Benadryl a whole fucking day because the rash was still there, and I was afraid to take a shower. I was afraid to get in any sort of water because I was like, it's just gonna make it worse, but I don't know how to make it better. And I know it was the water from my complex because the same thing, less severe, happened to my roommate, and she called the, like, office, and they were like, oh yeah, it's happening to everyone in the apartment. Okay. So anyways, Saturday morning, the hives were so bad. Oh my god. It was awful. I went to urgent care. He told me I was allowed to swim, like, at the beach or in chlorine, because by this point I was on vacation at Wildwood Beach in New Jersey, if any of you were wondering. And so then I was like, okay, so I ended up going swimming at the pool at the campground we were at. The rash went away, never came back. So I guess that like cleaned me off enough, whatever. But because of the rash being on my body for like, it was like 3 days. Well, it was probably like 48 hours because it was Thursday morning to like Saturday morning, maybe a little bit longer. But anyways, still that wiped me out. And so then I stopped taking Benadryl because I was better, but then I was still tired and I'm like, what the heck? And then we came home that Monday, or this past Monday. I worked on Tuesday and I was so sick at work, like I literally thought I was gonna die. So I told my boss, I was like, I'm going to the hospital tomorrow. And so I did, so I'm here. But when I woke up on Wednesday, I was actually feeling a little bit more rested and a little bit better. So that's why, like, I thought I was worse than I was, which is why I said I wanted to go to the hospital. But whatever. I wasn't gonna be like, oh no, I'm feeling better now, because I wasn't feeling good. I was just feeling less worse than I had been. So, in terms of the Symdeko, well, let's talk about, like, my stats. I already went over FEV1. My weight, the last time I came in here in May, my weight was, I think it was either at 96, and when I left it was at 97, or it was at 95, and when I left it was at 96. I can't remember. I think it was at 95 when I came in, which is like, I'm supposed to be at, like, more than 120. I would like to be at 125. So I was 30 pounds underweight. When I came in this time, I was at 99 pounds, which is shitty, but it's less shitty. So I'm trying to be positive, even though I'm pissed and irritated and frustrated and just a lot of emotions. But that's still better than what it was last time. They didn't do PFTs on me, even though I asked them about it. They're like, no, we're just gonna wait till you leave. So I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow and be like, you're gonna do a PFT on me because I need to see how I am. It's a new doctor, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Whatever. Symdeko definitely has helped. I can tell, like, if I miss a dose, my breathing becomes very, like, heavy, or, like, thick, with 2 C's. But, like, it just kind of feels, like, cluttered, I guess. When I'm on Symdeko, I still have a crappy cough, still can't breathe that well, like, whatever. But when I cough, it's very loose, and that's nice. I think overall, it helps. I haven't had any side effect issues. I thought for a little while that it was ruining my appetite, but that was like a long time ago, and it actually just happened to be that I happened to be sick when I started it. Yeah, I definitely think it's beneficial. Like, I don't like going a day without it. I don't like skipping doses. That's one thing. I have an alarm on my phone to take it because I think it's that important. So I'm definitely hoping to see, I'm hoping that each time I come in here, I'm not as bad as the time before, because it's been the opposite, where I'm a little bit worse than the time before. So that's how I went from being normal and healthy, like, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, to now being 30 pounds underweight, being recommended for a lung transplant. Oh, I don't know if I ever went over that. They want me to talk to someone. There's no one at this hospital that does it, but they, like, recommended me to go to another hospital and talk about maybe getting a lung transplant, or at least having them evaluate me. I don't know. So I'm supposed to do that. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't really care how I feel about that, because I should just do it anyways. That's my update. I guess I do kind of want to get into just how I'm feeling at this moment, because it's like not good. And normally, I think, like, I'm feeling very overwhelmed, but I think a lot of times when I make these videos, I'm either feeling good or I'm, like, trying to remain positive. But like at this moment in time, I don't care if I sound negative or if I sound pessimistic or if I sound like woe is me. I just kind of want to spill my feelings. So if that's irritating, that's fine. You can just click off. I'm not going to be like offended, but I feel like documenting these feelings is important, even if they're not ones that I like. So right now I'm feeling overall, I'm kind of, this is going to be dramatic, but I'm feeling kind of like a failure as a patient, and just like kind of in life. I think like if you look at my life from the outside, I'm doing like decent. Like I live in an apartment, I have a cat, I can work, I can afford things, I can do like basic shit, you know, and I'm okay. So like in that sense, I don't feel like I'm failing, but when if I cry, I'm gonna be even more pissed. But I cry at everything, so whatever. When it comes to CF, like, I just feel like so unable to succeed, and I don't know why. And like, I think it's kind of viewed as like, well, you just do these things, these extra things, and then it's okay, or then you're better, or then you're doing what you're supposed to, whatever. But like, it's so hard for me to do those things, and I don't know why. Like, it's simple things. It's not like complicated, like you have to, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna try to make an example. It's simple things. Like, for example, I'm supposed to take insulin because I fucking got diabetes because of my fucking CF. And, like, I'm supposed to count carbs, which I'm good at math. It comes easy to me, so that's not hard. And I'm supposed to inject myself with insulin. Not hard. Doing it feels like so difficult. And so, like emotionally, like, it just feels so difficult. And then the same with like with my weight, obviously, like I've been saying, I'm supposed to gain weight. And I'm supposed to be I have a feeding tube that I can hook up to a pump overnight, and it basically puts calories into my body while I'm sleeping, and I don't have to do anything besides press a fucking button and let it go overnight. Like, it's not hard. For a little while it was difficult because my insurance was being bad, but they just fixed it. So all I would have to do is call the company and have them ship more stuff, and I'd be good to go. And I have a very strong feeling I'm not going to do that. And I don't know why. That's so hard. Like, it's just a button. But like, being hooked up to a machine doesn't feel good, and like, it's like, oh, well, sometimes you have to do things that don't feel good, but it's not like, I don't know, when I think of sometimes you have to do things that you don't like, it's like you have to do the thing and then it's over, and like, it's just never over. There's no like finish line with this, unless some amazing person comes up with a cure, but that's not under my control. So like, that's difficult. The nebulizers, I did really well. The last time I got out of the hospital, I think I did really well at keeping up with my nebulizers for a little while. And then I just stopped, and I stopped doing them because it just became too much emotional whatever, and like, I don't understand the emotions that are there, and so I don't know how to like filter through them or work with them, or like however you want to word it, because I don't understand them. And it's frustrating because I'm the type of person who can normally understand my emotions. I can understand other people's emotions. I can understand just about any feelings because that's like my specialty. Um, but with this, I just feel very like isolated, and very like alone. Even though like I know there's other people, but like even when I talk to my doctors, like the reason it's getting to me is because I come here and um, they're getting all my medicine set up, and they had put in a different sliding scale for my diabetes than what I'm used to. And they're like, well, what do you do at home? And I'm like, well, I actually haven't done anything for months. And then it's just like, they're not mean, but they're just kind of like, Bryn, you need to do it. And I'm like, telling me that literally means fucking nothing. And then like this lady woke me up from my nap to make me walk down the hall because I need to exercise. And she's just like telling me about the importance of exercise. And I was crabby because I just woke up. So I literally told her, I was like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't care because I don't even do what I'm supposed to, so I'm not gonna exercise. She was pissing me off, but I don't know. It's like, and I have people who support me. I have people who offer to help, but I don't know like what that looks like. And like they don't know. They've never dealt with someone with CF, so like they don't know. Like my mom, I lived with my mom for 18 years and she didn't know how to motivate me. I've lived with myself for 23 years and I don't know how to motivate me. And like I don't want to suck at being healthy, but I don't know how to fix it. And like a big part of my concern about like filing for disability and like going that route, the theory behind it is that I'll have more time to take care of myself. And I'm really worried that I'm gonna have that time and I'm not gonna take care of myself. And I don't know why I don't. When I was younger, it was like, okay, I hate myself. Like, I don't want to live. I was very depressed. I was depressed. I hated living with my mom. She hated the fact that I was queer. It was just a mess, and I didn't see myself living long anyways, so I was like, why am I trying to preserve this? But at this point, like, if things go right, like, I really like, besides the CF, I like my life, how it is. I see myself having some sort of a future. Maybe not as long as a typical person, but, like, I still, like, would like to have a future, like, so that's not, like, the underlying cause. It's not, like, I don't know. And I get so frustrated because I love, like, my friends and people that, like, listen to me and hear me out when I talk about this stuff, but I just feel kind of lost. And it's been 23 years and nobody has been able to, including myself, figure out how to get me unlost. And it's just really frustrating and it keeps coming back. It's not, like, clearly it's not going away. So I don't know what to do with that. But I'm trying, I guess. I really am, but it doesn't look like it, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it. But I have to do all the normal adult things. I don't have a parent that I can just rely on and I can quit work and, like, completely and just live off disability. I have to have enough money for an apartment, for food, now for my cat, for my car payment, for my car insurance. Like, I'm doing everything on my own. And even, like, I mean, I'm 23. Even for my friends that are my age, they still get help. Not all of them, but a lot of them still get help from their parents. And they don't have CF. And I'm like, I have CF, and it's still, like, all on me. And I'm not trying to say that, like, I'm entitled to my parents helping me, because I'm not, like, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's really hard that, like, because I don't have people to fall back on, and I also don't know how to fall back on people, even if I did. So, that's where I'm at for the moment. I guess that finishes up this video. But overall, my lungs aren't terrible. I'm just bored and sad. So I'll probably, I might make another video like tomorrow or something if I'm bored. Alright, that's all for now.